Well, my name's Harrison. I have never been a witness.
I'm Monica.
Yeah.
I was a witness. I was born into it, but I'm 25 now and 3 years out. So we're going to read an article from jw.support about birthday celebrations. And Harrison hasn't seen it, so I'm going to read and we're going to discuss.
Okay.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
You ready? Harrison,
Yeah.
let's read.
All right.
So Jehovah's Witnesses are not allowed to celebrate birthdays, particularly for children. This can cause feelings of embarrassment and loss. The Bible never states birthday celebrations are wrong, and Watchtower reasoning against birthdays is invalid.
Can I just ask,
Yes.
when you say when it's particularly children, is it particularly children can't celebrate birthdays, or it's particularly worse for children that they can't celebrate birthdays?
Well, children's birthdays are much more fun.
Yeah,
We're
I'm something.
not allowed to have fun.
Yeah, I'm something of the expert in this room when it comes to having had birthdays. I've definitely.
Are they more fun?
I've probably had the most.
Are they
Yeah.
more fun? I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you've never had fairy bread, and that breaks
No.
my heart.
Yeah, it does. Anyway.
Shout out to the Australians, in the audience. To the Australians who've had fairy bread,
All right, 2 bad birthdays. Because I think these are the ones in the Bible.
Yes,
2.
I've heard of this.
So 2 birthday parties are mentioned in the Bible. Oh, yeah, there you go. And in both, someone died. See, that's why you don't have them.
Yeah, I mean, all of my birthday parties, there were plenty of deaths, but I guess I just got used to that.
Oh my gosh. Watchtower reasons the Bible included these as examples to show birthday parties are wrong. See, they're looking out for us.
Are there any weddings that go bad in the Bible?
No. I don't know. I don't think so. But anyway.
Oh, God, this explains why you're out.
So, I want you to read the 2 bad birthdays.
Alright, so the birthdays mentioned in the Bible are not normal birthday parties, but parties of kings. So really good ones, I'm sure. And the stories do not end with a warning against birthdays, as that's not the purpose of the accounts. So the Pharaoh's birthday celebration at Genesis, just in Genesis, ended with the death of the baker, which was just a fulfillment of a prediction by Joseph to show the prophetic ability of a follower of God. So it's not birthdays are bad, it's Joseph totally called it. So he's a prophet now. Okay, and the birthday of Herod, as described in Matthew and Mark, includes the beheading of John the Baptist. This is the one I've heard of.
Yeah.
So the birthday was incidental. The story is more about the importance of the death of John the Baptist. And how it affected the formation of early Christianity. So I knew about that second one, because that's sort of the more easily cited one, I think. I think the Pharaoh one is a bit more obscure. I don't even think people think about it because it's so far removed from birthdays are bad.
But with the second one, it's like if something evidently went real bad.
Yeah, but it's not... The moral of the story is, kids, birthdays are bad.
Yeah, they're using it.
Yeah, no, it just seems like a really sort of strange piece of warped logic. I mean, I knew 2 things about the witnesses as a child. As a teenager. I literally knew 2 things, and one of them was completely factually wrong. The first one was that I knew that they couldn't do birthdays or Christmases or anything. Mm-hmm. And I knew that because there was a girl who I went to school with who I used to invite to my birthday parties. Knowing full well she'd say no, but I'd also send along a message to say, I just don't want you to feel like left out. And the other thing I knew was that there were only 144,000 of them. I thought that was witnesses total. I didn't realise that there was sort of like 2 tiers, like the regular tier and the I'm very special tier. But yeah, and just for those who might still be in, no beheadings have happened at any of my birthday parties. They've been very bloodshed free. Ooh, well timed.
Didn't like that comment.
No.
Shall we wait?
It's about to print a severed head for me right now. It's like, well, you've been missing out, bitch.
Based on the birthday logic, no naps, siestas are bad. That ended in a beheading. No makeup. The wearing of eye paint is mentioned twice. One by wicked Queen Jezebel, and secondly the apostate Israel. Basically, you don't want to look like a prostitute.
Yeah.
Yep. And no dogs. Dogs are mentioned 40 times in the Bible, and in every mention they are described as unclean and forbidden from the new system. So, no doggies, no puppies.
Oh man, yeah. No, I don't think that those logics are being applied. I can imagine needing a siesta after a hard day and knocking on doors and trying to convince people to
But nope, you might get beheaded.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, I'm going to give you the rest to read.
Okay, so the next section's about death being better than birth. Not my experience, but so Watchtower talks about, is it Ecclesiastes? Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. To persuade against birthdays.
Awake says, "A name is better than good oil, and the day of death than the day of one's being born." Ecclesiastes 7:1. Would it not be better to seek and rejoice in a good relationship with God than to celebrate a birth date?
So can you explain this verse to me a little bit?
So what it means is, okay, when a baby's born, right, do they have a reputation?
Depends on the mother. No. No, they do not.
So, but when someone dies, do they have a reputation?
Yes.
Yeah. So what the scripture's saying is that you're better off, death is better than being born, because when you die, you have, well, what they would hope, a very good reputation.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yep, that's
So-
a good argument against birthdays.
What do you think witnesses can celebrate? Watchtower inconsistently singles out birthday parties but still allows the following.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So ready? Graduation parties.
Yeah. Okay.
But then
They're not very encouraging of higher education, but I digress.
maybe it's like a year 10 formal. Maybe that's okay.
Yeah.
Retirement parties. Those would be so much more fun than birthday parties.
Isn't sloth one of the deadly sins? Isn't that like...
Oh, wedding anniversaries. That's why you have to get married young.
So you can have more
So you can
of them.
have a party. Baby showers.
Well, birthday's just like a birth anniversary. I mean, like...
Yeah, but still.
yeah.
Baby showers. But then babies don't have reputations, so... What are you celebrating?
Oh, I don't know. I think baby showers are more for mum than they are for baby.
Kingdom Hall announcements that an individual is pioneering, giving importance to an individual. I do remember that announcement. That was pretty great.
That dopamine rush.
Yeah, seriously, people acknowledged me.
Monica is doing a wonderful job of following orders.
Yep. And it was also common for a witness to receive gifts and celebration meal at a baptism. Yes, that did happen.
Ah, of course they do. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yep. Next section. Bible readers did not celebrate birthdays.
Writers.
Writers. So Bible writers did not celebrate birthdays. Basically because the Jewish people didn't do it, then we didn't do it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. You know, they also didn't shower much or have working plumbing, but we should definitely do away with all of that because I mean,
Yeah,
what has
there's no
plumbing
point.
ever done for civilization?
But they never did it, so we shouldn't do it.
No, absolutely. No, that's flawless logic.
Also, it's pagan.
It's also pagan, yeah, of course.
But the article does go into that there's a lot of stuff in a witness's life, which, yes, can confirm, that actually is pagan that they practice, such as neckties, perfume, piñatas.
Yeah. I mean, what can I just? I have to ask. I'm so curious. What occasion that isn't a birthday party calls for a piñata in witness culture? I've got to know now.
Well,
this is.
I don't know. Maybe
You've been
like
baptized. Beat this cardboard thing with a stick till lollies come out.
I wish I had one now.
My baptism was bullshit. I didn't get a piñata.
Kites. My dad took me to a park. That was like a childhood memory. I didn't know it was pagan. Okay. The calendar calendar, which is named after Roman, as in like the one you put up on your wall.
No. Like the months of the calendar
the
are named after Roman gods and kings and stuff. So like July is named after Julius Caesar. August is Augustus.
So when we're filling out our field service reports, we shouldn't be putting down the month.
No, definitely not. No,
that's maybe why we use numbers and not the words. Okay, because it's pagan. And candles.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Candles are really pagan.
Candles are pagan.
So if your house loses electricity...
I just want my house to smell like coconut daydream. Like,
no, it's pagan.
I didn't mean to summon Satan or any demons. I just wanted it to smell like rainforest.
Well, more about pagan stuff. So weddings are steeped in pagan roots.
Oh, absolutely! Like
true.
giving rings and stuff. That's got to be.
That's very pagan.
Hyper pagan.
Cakes, dress, and rings. Yeah, there you go. For some reason, a witness may participate in most wedding practices, which they do, and they go nuts. Wedding gifts, everything. So the giving of a wedding gift is accompanied by murder in the Bible. It's always murder. It's always murder. So David
it's the most fun crime.
Yeah. So David was required to supply the. David was required to supply the foreskins of 200 slain Philistines as a dowry to King Saul. That's heavy.
I mean, come on, let's be real, guys. Which one among us hasn't asked for 200 foreskins for your birthday? I mean, like,
wedding gift.
A wedding gift.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know what's going. You know, I'll be going through like David Jones with that scanner. You know how you can do the scanning. You know what's on Harrison's gift registry. Let's have a look. Okay, you know we got a tea set. All right, cool. We got a coffee grinder. 200 foreskins. I think I can have that one.
And he's just like beep 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 beep.
I'll just swing by the local synagogue and pick some up on the way.
All right, conclusion. The conclusion of this.
Oh, I don't want it to end.
Oh my gosh. that was a good one. So, the question is, if God wanted us to abstain from birthday celebrations, if it's reasonable to conclude, he would have specified.
Yeah.
He would have just said, don't do it.
I mean, like, he literally gave Moses a bunch of stone slabs that said, don't do this, don't do that.
He would have just said, don't do it. But nah, it's like he just said, so this happened, discuss. So the witnesses could actually celebrate birthdays.
They could. And they
No, they did.
Oh, they did?
Until the 50s.
Wait, seriously? Oh, I love all those, like, mid-century policy changes. The world's ending in what is it? Stay alive to 75, and then suddenly... Okay, the word generation means something different now, you guys, so...
But the light gets brighter and brighter, Harris. Yeah, so you know how witnesses could celebrate birthdays until the 50s?
I do now.
Yeah, well, I guess they kind of concluded that they could because the angels actually celebrated the birth of Jesus.
That's true.
So Jesus got a birthday.
Yeah, he got gifts and everything. Frankincense, myrrh, again, things that are definitely on my registry.
Yeah, so he had a birthday.
Yeah. I think that the whole anti-birthday stance... I mean, the thing I find tricky about it is that I can't find any kind of good reason for it.
No,
I mean,
it never says don't do it.
Yeah, it never says don't do it. They don't have like a compelling... But they have biblical reasons, but not a compelling one in the slightest. And there are also ways like very wholesome, fun days for me growing up. So
What was your favourite birthday?
What was my favourite birthday?
Yeah.
Oh God, any of the ones involving fairy bread or donuts or sugary food, to be honest. But you know, you're a kid. It's very easy to please you. It's like, here's some bread with sugar on it. Yes! Best birthday ever! No, I mean, it's just a case of... I wish I understood why there's such a a stance against it. Because there's no good reason there. I can't find any.
Well, they did celebrate it.
Yeah, and they did.
But then they stopped.
As I've just learned. So, I mean, God, did someone just hate fun? Did someone have I didn't get what I want for my birthday, and I'm a governing body member, so you know what? No birthdays for anyone moving
Pretty
forward.
much. I mean, Rutherford, so he was the second in charge from Charles.
Right.
He got rid of Kingdom Melodies.
Okay, so he's not responsible for striking down birthdays.
No, so that was all changing just afterwards. I think it might have been Nor. So Nor was the company man.
Yeah, but didn't Boar? Sounds like
No,
Nor.
yeah.
Nor. Okay,
Nor.
God, I was gonna say it sounds like Borg from Star Trek or whatever, but no, it did he reintroduce Kingdom Melodies or?
Yeah, Rutherford was the one that sort of started going, let's just be different for the sake of being different. So let's not have a cross anymore because that's what other Christians do. And so he got rid of a lot of things and Christmas and everything. And the birthdays then followed with, and I think Nor was the one that actually brought that one in. But it was just on the end of a string of let's make us totally different than Christians in every way we can possibly find.
You know, it seems very concentrated on being distinct. We're different for the sake of being different. I like the way you put that.
I think what you've also learnt now is that if you die tomorrow, you'll have a reputation.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
That and I need to stop napping. I mean, straight away, just
And we
naps,
can't get a dog.
gone. No dogs,
No
yes.
dogs.
And I'll have to stop wearing eye makeup, which is the real tragedy here.
I'm the one that's gonna.